Hi and welcome to the Homeopathy Health Show. I'm Atiq a fourth generation homeopath with over 25 years of professional experience and practice in this field of healing. The Homeopathy Health Show is the online voice of homeopathy around the world, promoting and raising awareness of this truly unique system of healing, which is suitable for all ages, young and old. Every week I invite guests from the world of homeopathy to come and share their experiences, their work, offer insights, and essentially talk all things homeopathy. Why not visit www.liketreatslike.co.uk and click on the radio and podcast button to listen to the latest episodes. So let's begin today's show here on UK Health Radio, the world's #1 talk health radio. Hi and welcome to another episode of the Homeopathy Health Show here on the UK Health Radio Network with me, Atiq, and of course, Naila. This episode is actually part 4 of our conversation with Peter Terminello, and we carry on and we continue from last week.
So there's a remedy called a juglans in homeopathy.
Regia.
It's the walnut.
Yeah.
And
I have to stop you. I'm so sorry.
Mm.
Before Atiq spoke, I was about to ask, let's talk about walnut as a buff flower remedy and how you actually chose the
Amazing.
remedy. Something is happening here.
It's one of my favorite remedies, by the way, as well. I love it.
Yeah.
Out of the batch remedies. Ask Naila, seriously. I always talk
Oh,
to her
really?
about batch flower. I always say, they need walnut, they need walnut, they need walnut. She's saying, well, hang on a minute,
Here we are, we're the walnut meeting crew, people meet once a month when they have a special interest.
Hey, there's a
And we-
hexagonal triangle here, you know that.
Let's hail to the walnut, please.
So walnut is really interesting. And you know how they have to close themselves off. This is and close themselves down to be safe. This is a great theme of orthorhombic. Yeah. And when I went through all the walnut cases, and I had a really good juglans case. Actually, what I'd done is I'd given a walnut in potency to one of my clients. And it worked a treat on all his allergies and all his problems, everything. Yeah, it was one of those remedies, when you really get in there and you get a really deep remedy. And I got it partially through structure. I thought, this sort of aligns with walnut, with the sensitivity and the feeling nature of orthorhombic. Yeah. So walnut people that need walnut as a remedy, I'm not talking about in a mix now. Better to give it as a single remedy. I've given many bark flower remedies as single remedies because I'm disposed to that thing in homeopathy. I love to know the clarity. So, it was a young boy, actually, and his mother had been struggling with his health for years. He was oversensitive and emotionally, and he was sensitive in an allergenic way. And the walnut just was brilliant for him. Yeah. And so walnut is orthorhombic. They're the type that says, I feel and I sense, and I take everything in. Yeah.
So it's an absorbent remedy, isn't it? Sponge. Can it be?
Yes, you mean the structure?
Yeah.
And the remedy, walnut, yes, they are. They tend to take in and process really, really deeply, just like a homeopath has to do.
Yeah, absolutely. Multifaceted as well, isn't it?
It is, yes. It's a wonderful, wonderful structure. Very, when I got onto orthorhombic and the theme of I feel, I thought this is something really special and something that hasn't been recognized properly in homeopathy.
It's interesting. I've used, Peter, I've used walnut a lot. I always find it's, for me, for the patients I've used it on, it's come in so handy when they're just stuck at a junction and it's just like a gentle nudge. Come on, we can do it. Just let's move.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, those people and in the orthorhombic structure generally, those people hang on to the feeling and that can make them stuck. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
because it's deeply internalized and they can't shake it. Yeah.
You know, in
And
the
so,
yeah, it's you know,
yeah,
in the grand scheme of things, I'm just thinking, it's like, wow, hey, you got walnut, you've got this structures that we're talking about, cubical, hexagonal, um, you've got Nax vomica, and you've got other remedies, and we're talking about all these things, and it's like you could spend your life walking past a certain area which has the most beautiful, most precious gems and not even know. And yet it takes somebody like you to say, well, hang on a minute, maybe this is my calling, which it most certainly is. And look, lo and behold, what happens. Yeah. Structures come to life. Yeah. The crystals come to life. The healing comes to life. It's almost like it breathes. It starts breathing. You give life to something, don't you? And it's like you present it to the world, right, with both hands. There you go. And by the way, if that's not enough, here's all the indications as well, by the way, of what it is.
Brilliant. I've just peeked through the orthorhombic structure because I have a case where I'm thinking about giving walnut, and the case has been doing really well on laclipinum. And I'm just looking at it, and wow, laclipinum is in the orthorhombic structure.
you're from the group. Yes.
That's really amazing.
Yeah. The lax, quite a few of the laclipinum and laccaninum are
Yeah,
both orthorhombic. Yeah.
yeah,
I was
laclipinum.
going to ask you, yeah,
Always.
Naila, I was going to ask that question. Are they linked to the lax because of what you mentioned, that
Yeah,
sensitivity?
yeah,
And the thing is, when the person needs that remedy, they'll always belong to that structure, at least at that time. Not
Mm.
necessarily for their whole life, but at least at that time, because you can dip into other structures. Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, well,
So
I'm going to now look into this for analyzing that case as well. Thank you, Peter, again.
just one thing I have to say about the structures, and that is this: people look at the book and they think, "Oh my God, this is too much." And it's really, really important that you do one structure at a time and integrate it well. Yeah.
Mm.
Otherwise, you'll get lost. Yeah. Because there are so many systems of classification out there. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's really good to read through one of the chapters and look at a couple of cases that you've had of remedies. Let's say if you're doing the cubic structure, look at a couple of cubic cases, either of your own or of someone else's. And then when you've identified with it, through your own experience, you won't forget it. Yeah. It'll be locked into your system. And you go on and you do that with the other structures. Yeah. And then you'll get it's not hard once you've done that. If you just
What's
try and read the book, it's too hard because there's so much in it. Yeah.
mm.
It's a reference book. It's not I'm going to read this.
Yeah,
But
I've
for that, some people have that type of psyche, but it's not so many.
yeah, I started reading it, and I could do one chapter at a time. It is something that we need to absorb first before implementing. It is just like crystals. You
Yes.
how they're made. You cannot just make them just like that.
There's depth which will not be denied. Yeah.
Yes.
Now, Peter, I have a question for you. It's my turn, which is there a certain structure, a particular structure that you're drawn to personally? For
Yeah.
whatever reason. I mean, is there anything that really, we were talking about walnut just now, weren't we? So, is there something that you think, you know what, this has got that type of energy that I'm very, very drawn to?
Mm,
An immersive experience almost.
mm. You know, when I was writing this book, and especially in the doing the really hard yards, I felt like I was this person walking along, and there were these shapes just at the back of my head,
Mm.
in my auric field, in my energy field, and I was carrying them, and they were all sort of saying, "Speak to me, speak to me, speak to me."
Wow.
Anyway, um, it was quite amazing. I went for some years like this. Whenever there was a silent moment, I could feel these structures just working. So I could say one or the other structure.
Yeah.
And I've fallen in love with each of them, actually, through my years of, because it was another 10 years it took me to do structure. So I've had to have a love affair with each of them. However, if I get right down to my very core, if there's one that shines through time and time again, and that's trigonal. Yeah. There's just something about the triangle that when I see it,
I have to laugh at this. I have to laugh at this because my next question was trigonal.
Don't tell me. That was going to be mine as well. I
Was
was
it?
like, that is
Seriously?
the last one that we want to talk about is
Yeah. Is that funny? That's going, sorry, carry on. That's just like, wow.
no, there is seriously some energy going on here.
Hey.
Loved it.
Oh, please carry on. Please carry on.
Yeah. There's something about the triangle. And I was fascinated by triangles in I really liked maths was okay, but I really liked geometry, when I was at school.
Yeah.
I really liked drawing triangles. Anyway, I have this, there was a T-shirt that I got when I was a teenager, 16, 17, that terrible age. Terrible for me
Don't
anyway.
take me there. Don't take
I
me
don't want
there.
to put a downer on it for people. Like, it's wonderful.
It was the 80s for me, so it was okay.
Yeah, right. It's wonderful in its own way. Anyway, so I had this T-shirt, and I'm a lot older than that now. It's got this T-shirt on it, has got a triangle, and the light coming into the triangle and being broken up into all the colors.
Wow.
Yeah. As you do with the crystal, right? So that happens with the quartz crystal. Yeah. And with certain types of glass crystals that you can disperse the light like that. Anyway, but this was a triangle with the light coming in, all the colors coming out. And every time I wore it, I felt it was really special. I've still got it.
Really?
I can never, ever, ever part with it.
Wow.
I've had it for over 50 years. I mind you, I don't have it anymore.
Wow.
But I cannot part with that T-shirt. Yeah. And I've loved it. Every time I've worn it, every time I've looked at it, I've loved it. So there's something about this, and I must say, that the vast majority of common crystals crystallize into the trigonal structure. So all the quartzes are all trigonal, and all the sapphires are all trigonal, and all the tourmalines are all trigonal. Yeah, and all the calcites are all trigonal. Yeah, that's a lot of stones.
That absolutely is. And it's so beautiful as well, is it not? So beautiful.
Yeah.
I'm amazed what is happening today. Like, how come we're actually so connected that we're going to the same remedies or even the same structures?
I'll say something here. I wasn't going to because I thought, for those listening, you probably think, oh no, he was going to say that. But honestly, and I just stopped short of it when we were talking about the back flower, and I said, what about walnut? But then Naila mentioned it, so I stopped. I thought there was no need for me to say it. But it's quite interesting because at the beginning we spoke about this energy. That's what this energy is, isn't it? It's about connection. It's about actually almost knowing what somebody's going to say, or knowing together as a collective which direction we're heading in. And I find all that just no words, I suppose. It's just incredible, isn't it?
It's wonderful, and particularly in the guise of homeopathy with its healing and transforming powers. Yeah. It is incredible.
I was looking at this beautiful chart of yours, and there was this trigonal structure, and I was like, what? I think. Let's talk about it. I think.
It's just brilliant, absolutely brilliant,
Amazing,
honestly.
really.
Um, I was going to talk about DNA and spiritual DNA and geometry of a crystal and this spiritual DNA element possibly, that how does one how does one have an affinity for the crystal structure to the human psyche? When you're proving, we spoke about in the previous episode, you have to remind me the stone, excuse me, I've forgotten, but you mentioned you were in a restaurant and you had a nosebleed and you had a stone in your pocket. Do you remember we had that conversation? It's
Bloodstone, yeah.
bloodstone, that's it, bloodstone. So is this the similar type of process, isn't it? Of course it is, yes. I mean, nothing changes here about proving. You look at the structure and then you prove that gemstone itself, right? And then we find out, of course, the affinity for the other remedies that can connect, the homeopathic remedies, right?
Yeah. So you asking me a question here?
I was just having a conversation.
He wanted to ask a question that
Oh,
turned into conversation.
Yeah, it
right.
turned into
So
a conversation.
I wanted to speak to you briefly about DNA.
Hmm.
And so we have a remedy made from DNA.
Neat.
And I just want to say to you that the remedy DNA is hexagonal.
Wow. Okay.
The DNA has a crystal structure. And RNA also has a crystal structure, and it's different. It is monoclinic. Yeah. And so there is something about hexagonal and DNA, and something about the alignment that hexagonal has with physical manifestation on the planet and the integration of spirit and nature. As I said, with the two triangles.
Yeah.
The integrated triangles. So, and I think this reflects back on the power of incarnation, which comes through emerald very, very strongly. Yeah. I've seen emerald children born to emerald mothers. Oh my God, so robust. I can't believe it. Kids, picking up weights like little Hercules. Pushing
Something I've yet to
heavy
see, right?
objects.
Eh?
It's
Wow.
sort of like completely out there.
Like a movie
Anyway,
scene, isn't it? That's a movie scene, right?
and yeah, yes, it is. It's so fascinating about DNA that I didn't realize it had a crystal structure, and it does. Yeah.
I'm just reading Monoclinic, I Move, because in the School of Homeopathy, we last year we proved the remedy RNA, and
Yes.
it actually really matches to what it says about monoclinic, sensitive to energy fields, atmosphere. I was a supervisor, but I tell you how sensitive I was of the energy field. It felt that there is an energy field that is en in encapsulating the whole of the hawkwood over there, and everyone wanted to just run away. They didn't want to move, didn't
Oh,
want
wow.
to be disturbed.
Oh, wow. Yes,
And
very sensitive.
they were it says unbalanced, and they were unbalanced. They were off center. They were like everyone was shaken from what they were.
Oh, this is classic for monoclinic. Yeah.
And very, very fascinating. I just love homeopathy. Every day fall in love again. Seriously, I do.
Moving on, I was going to ask you about the emotional themes that we link to these structures and that human experience, right? It's so fascinating, isn't it, that we can place, I was just thinking of the right word, place people into predefined structures. And to be honest with you, Peter, there's nothing wrong with that. And it's like, well, no, I'm unique. I'm an individual. Yes, you are. You are unique and you can make your own choices, your own God-given choices, and you can do whatever you want. But still, at the end of the day, you are still conforming to a structure, right?
Yes,
Predisposition to, correct?
correct. Yes. And you're born into it.
Mm. Isn't that just mind-blowing, isn't it? If you really, really ponder over that, it's great to ponder and reflect, as you know, but wow.
It is. And you might, if you haven't already, you might, and the listeners might want to read the introduction to the structures.
Yeah.
And in the introduction, I have a page which says philosophy. And I started off by saying, we are like balls thrown at the behest of the player. Yeah. The player being the divine. Yeah. So we've been thrown like balls. We have our own trajectory. Yeah. And we seem to need to follow that trajectory. And it's very individual. Yeah. And it's structures that help you understand what that trajectory is. Yeah. And the possibilities of that trajectory. Yeah.
You know, you said that throwing the ball, right, of the player. But isn't that in itself something profound? We're going to move on. Naila wants to talk colors, which is, again, it's really, really fascinating. But just to end this sort of part of the discussion, but even though you can hit that ball and can go wherever it wants to, but it still conforms to a structure, doesn't it?
That's right. And it's the structure of it's the heaviness of the hit,
Yeah,
and it's the direction of the hit. And
yeah,
it has to
yeah.
go that way. Yeah.
It's like, wow.
For me, that's like your karmas, yeah, or they're all there.
Yeah,
And so they're telling you, hey, you need to do this, this, and this, and off you go. Yeah.
yeah.
Have a go. But
Isn't it?
this is your script.
Yeah.
What are you going to do with it? How are you going to play it?
Isn't it? Isn't it just, it's, I'm lost for
Right.
words I'm lost for words on
For
that.
example, in one situation, everyone reacts differently. Just like if someone is in an accident, they will all of them will react differently. One might shout, one might just stay numb, or one might just, I am dead. So this is what it is actually, being different, but also conforming to something.
Yeah.
And then we'll see what you have so beautifully done. We'll see those patterns appearing in mineral, animal, plant kingdom. And this is also I think this is how, if we have found that structure in our patient, we can also look into, okay, if they are not mineral, look into the animal or the plant remedies that are in that structure, and maybe we'll find it. Or if my favorite topic again, if we find the color that goes with that structure,
Woohoo.
and they have chosen that color, jackpot. Because we'll find the best matching and helping remedy.
I've used that to find many wonderful prescriptions for gemstones, particularly. I must say, people who need a gemstone color is usually up there. They're very, very good with their color.
Mm, mm,
Which
mm.
takes us back, which actually takes us on to colors. We've spoken about green, we've spoken about aquamarina even. The beautiful, beautiful different colors that are out there, right? But Naila, do talk about this. Let's bring colors in.
I would like, I think audience might not be able to see, but you have made this beautiful chart where the structures are coming together with the colors. Can you just tell us how
So
did
I've got all the colors down the vertical alignment,
yes.
and I've got all the structures across the top, and I've given the gemstones that cross-reference the color and the structure. Yeah.
Yes.
So, what did you want to ask about it?
How did you, work? How did you? This is extensive work that you have done. How did this all start? How did you do that?
Well, through my work on finding the colors of, you know, actually for the gemstones, unless I had cases, I just used the color of the gemstone. Yeah. Because it's just straightforward that one is attracted to that color. So because I've done gemology and I've, you know, looked at 1,000 gemstones over some years, then I knew all the colors of the gems. And then I found out finding out the structures of gemstones isn't real hard because there's been so much work that's been done on it. Finding out the structures of the minerals was hard, yeah, because there were many, many scientific papers I had to pore through, yeah, from many universities and institutions around the world.
Wow.
And then, you know, the plants was another level again, because I had to go to homeopaths and what homeopaths had written about their cured cases. So, and my own cured cases. So getting back to the color, yes, so I found out about the color that's in the chart mostly by knowing about the gemstone and researching the gemstone and studying the gemstone. Yeah. But also by, you know, because there are some strange things that happen. So, you know, the color for diamond isn't clear necessarily. No one comes in and you say, oh, what color do you like? And they say, oh, clear. But they do say no color.
Ah, yes.
People will come in and say, no, I haven't got a color. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you have to take this seriously, and you have to stop trying to bind them to a color, like a red or a green or a blue, you know, yellow. And so when people say no color, it means either black or white. Yeah. Essentially. Yeah. Or I've actually got a group there and it says clear, yeah, on the chart. Yeah. And so they are the gemstones that are like water. They're translucent, yeah, transparent, actually. Yeah. So there's the clear topaz, there's the diamond, there's the quartz crystal, to give examples. They're all clear stones, and the person will say, I haven't got a color. Yeah. Occasionally they might say all colors. As you know, in a diamond, when you see a very, very beautiful diamond, it's been cut well, you'll see the whole rainbow of colors play on the diamond. I never used to like diamonds till I saw a really good one, and it had every color of the rainbow in it. Yeah. It was dazzling, absolutely dazzling. I couldn't take my eyes off it. I thought, wow, what's that?
It is, isn't it? It is something.
Yeah, it really is something. Yeah, because I used to like the colored gemstones very much right from early on. You know, the emeralds and the sapphires and the rubies. You know, I thought they were the real thing. And in diamonds, I thought, you know, it's like a bit of water, really. And then I saw a fabulous one, and I thought, oh, wow, that was really something. So yes, the color and gemstones, they're like, you know, they go together. They're brother and sister. Yeah.
Brilliant.
They're joined together.
It reminds me of one of my cases. It was she's of an autistic child, and I just happened to ask the mother to close her eyes and tell me what comes. We went into the pregnancy history and she said, when she opened her eyes, she said, I thought there will be many things coming up, but all that came up was white, blank. And the child is averse to white things. And I was at that time, I just happened to think about diamond. My analysis, everything was pointing towards another remedy, but I had this huge urge to give the child diamond immersion. It took a little time for her, for the remedy to get to her. There was Christmas time, etc. but she saw a huge transformation after the remedy.
Oh, wonderful.
It was, and it can't happen only in a consultation. And this is something that you cannot explain in a language, or this can just happen. This is just homeopathy, pure homeopathy, how you feel the energies and how the mother saw what happened and how I as a homeopath perceived it. And we came to a remedy together, and she read about it and she said, this is all what I felt.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
It
Yes,
actually takes
it's
me
a
on
really
to, yeah,
story. Beautiful story.
beautiful. Very, very.
Really illustrates the black, white, and clear idea. Yes.
Yeah, amazing.
So is it right to say that anyone who says no color means that the word that comes to mind is impartial, unbiased, or overwhelmed?
Yeah, I haven't seen overwhelmed, but I have seen, or could be overwhelmed. Yes, it's possible. But I have seen, one of the things about the clear or about white, because they're quite close, clear and white,
Yeah,
uh, is that is impartial or neutral. Yes.
interesting. Okay, interesting.
So this isn't good, this isn't bad, this just is. Yeah.
But what else are you, before Naila jumps in, what else are you working on at the moment?
Yeah. Um,
And how was
um,
India, by the way?
India was. Have I
I
not spoken to you
remembered.
since I've been to India?
Hey?
Have I not spoken to you since I've been to India?
No, 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 because we were scheduled, you remember, and you had to go away. So, yeah.
Um, uh, Thank you for asking. India was just fabulous. It was life-changing, and I've been there before, but this trip was the trip to end all trips. So it really moved me. And what am I working on? I'm working on, um, I'm hesitant to even talk about it, um, because of what we've been talking about now,
Hmm,
and it's too vast for me to touch on. So I'm going to leave it for another time.
good.
Yeah.
For part 5.
Part 5 and 6. I think
Yeah.
this will be a long-running series with you, Peter, and I couldn't be happier. We couldn't be happier.
It's amazing. It's brilliant. Oh,
Oh,
I
look,
just loved it. I just loved it.
I'm really so pleased about your enthusiasm about it all and your connection with it all. So thank you for being part of the story, this amazing thing that we have called homeopathy. As I said to one group once, we have a franchise in the most powerful healing medicine in the whole world. Yeah.
Hmm.
And, we've each been given it, and we have so much potential,
Mm.
so much capability, and we need to stay connected, and we need to support each other to do it, because it's pretty foreign to a lot of the world and not well understood. Yeah.
You see, the
So,
Peter, the people, the homeopaths, become successful because of people like you, um, because you inspire them and you create this new life force, this new energy of passion and of zeal and of want, and of desire and of just wanting to know more, more, more. And then they evolve, right? People evolve, we become mature in our understanding, and then we're able to adapt, right? And use what we've learned to adapt it to the patient. And it's just wonderful, It's such an honor for us to have you on, seriously. And, you might think, okay, okay, that's too much now, Atiq or Naila, but it's the truth, right? So let it be known.
So kind. You're so kind. I really, when I hear this, I feel uh, so much better because you think about your work that you've done and you wonder, where is it going to go, and what's the legacy going to be and all that business. And sometimes because of the state of the world and because of the state of homeopathy and how it sits with um, modern science and current opinion. And you only have to look on Wikipedia and you do not see one positive word,
Yeah.
not one positive word for homeopathy. And you have to wonder what's gone wrong. But I thank you. Your very positive and enthusiastic words and your very gracious words give me a lot of hope for the future.
Peter, before Naila ends, we need you. So, kudos and carry on.
I can just ask you to carry on because the work is wonderful and we just can pay tribute to all what you have done. We can just say thank you. It's a very small word for what you have done.
Yeah.
It is a legacy. It will carry on. It will carry on. And homeopathy, I think the word will remain. What is silence is heard the most.
Yeah, beautiful.
Yeah. It's a movement, isn't it? It's not a movement for change. It's a movement for progress. Progress where? In your health, in your well-being, in your mental and emotional restoration, your balance, finding who am I, right? That age-old question, who am I? What am I? Yeah. Well, you're not going to know until you've taken the homeopathic remedy to take away all the bits and bobs that have stuck over you through your lifetime, whatever age you may be, and then you come out shining and blooming, don't you? And you are that structure, and you think, I know who I am now.
Homeopathy itself is a jewel,
Mm.
It's a jewel
Yeah,
given to mankind. Yeah,
yeah.
very
And
much.
in it, in homeopathy, those jewels, you say it's a jewel, right? But within that jewel, there are hundreds, thousands of little jewels. But then there are some really, when you look up at the night sky and you see the shining stars, some of
Mm.
them are those, and you're one of them, my friend. Naila, over to you.
That was amazing. That's so beautiful what you have said. Such beautiful words. Thank you, Atiq, for this. Thank you, actually, for starting this, for making me part of this journey, because I think these are the people who do so much work for humanity so selflessly, and the world needs to hear them. The world needs to see them. We're really, really thankful to you, Peter, for coming over. Sharing.
And thank you for being the vehicle and the very receptive vehicle of putting that out to so many people.
No, thank you.
Before we go, I think it is the best time to ask. You have lived a beautiful uh, life, a journey of connection, of discovery.
Hmm.
I have.
At this very moment, if you just close your eyes and reflect back, what image comes to your mind?
Oh,
Wow.
okay.
That's deep.
Yeah. I'm just about to go and meditate now. So what I'll do is carry that into the meditation, and then when we speak again, I'll tell you.
No, email us. We'll put it in the show description.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah. I
Yeah.
Okay.
wonder what
Do
you'll
that.
see.
Mm.
Hmm. I think it's
I will
going to
be.
have a
I'll be
tinge of
waiting for that. I
it's
will
going to
be
have a
waiting.
tinge of green, whatever it's going to be. I can feel the energy. But I'm not making you think that
Oh,
way, okay?
oh,
Um, Peter Terminello, from myself and Naila, we thank you and extend our gratitude for you coming on the show for parts 4 and 5. It's been an absolute honor. It's absolute honor. It's been a delight. You really are absolutely magnetic, and we look forward to talking to you later this year on the back flower remedies and the crystal structures, and keeping in touch. And we hope that we'll meet you very, very soon indeed as well.
That'd be great. So lovely to see you again, Naila, and you, Atiq. It's been a pleasure as always.
Brilliant. Thank you so much.
My heartfelt gratitude to you as well, Peter. Thank you. And go in your meditation. I will be waiting for that email.
Okay.
Thank you.
I'm just going to stop recording. I do hope you've enjoyed this week's episode of the Homeopathy Health Show. Please do support the show by clicking follow on my socials. Remember, the more exposure the podcast receives, the better for homeopathy around the world. You can find me on Instagram by searching for @like_treatslike, and on both Facebook and TikTok by searching for @like_treatslike. So let's promote the voice of homeopathy on radio and podcast around the world together. Don't forget to visit me online at www.liketreatslike.co.uk and click on the radio and podcast tab. Here you'll be able to see all the guests that have joined me on the show so far, and of course you can stream on demand the latest episode to your mobile, tablet or PC. Until next time, stay safe and take care.